Hi, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Divine Flow reading. This is going to be for the retrograde, Mercury retrograde period. As you can tell from me stuttering, it's already in effect. It's no surprise that I'm actually starting this video talking about Divine Flow when it's 1:11, 1:11 in the afternoon. Talk about staying in the divine flow for the Mercury retrograde, which is already in effect. You're probably already getting a taste of it. Things are going missing, things are going awry, all these complications. And the number one thing that was said to me was be compassionate. And it's being compassionate with yourself and with others through this time, because there's going to be a lot of mix-ups and errors and redos, which you might already been feeling, which I have, a lot of redoing. And two things come of it. I mean, one is it could just be annoyance, so it's just annoying. And so you're just going to have to ride that and be compassionate with yourself and others that the planets are making everything wonky. But the second thing is it gives a really divine chance to go back and redo things and actually make them better, or put it back on track, or revisit projects or things that were already in the works. And for some reason it's coming back again, and then you can make it better. So there are definitely some advantages to the retrograde period. So it's not all bad. You could be finishing and doing things that you put off for a very long time, tying up loose ends, and there's a new energy that's coming in. So a lot of this could be prepping us for this new energy that's coming in and getting things in alignment. So let this work for you and ride it out. Just like anything else, go zen when things are going crazy. Breathe a minute before responding. Know that everybody is kind of stumbling around doing the best they can, and things are going to go wonky, and just have a sense of humor and be compassionate. So compassionate kept coming up, but I was led to pull this Divine Flow deck, literally the Divine Flow deck. I did a close-up review of this on my channel if you want to check out the cards, but I want to see how we can stay literally in divine flow with this retrograde, with this Mercury retrograde all of July, because at the same time, ooh, look, I can't even shuffle the cards for some reason. It's like anything you try, it's not really a straight line for some reason. You might also be feeling run down with this energy. I know I've been under the weather, I've said it a couple of times, but it's like the energy is, you might be feeling under the weather, you might be feeling tired, you might be feeling drained. That happens too. So definitely recharge yourself if needed. Take those breaks, rest a bit more. Okay, and just like I said, have compassion for yourself as well as others during this time for whatever gets kicked up. But let's see what advice we have for literally staying in divine flow of this Mercury period for July, in between all the moon eclipses and everything else going on. How can we stay in divine flow? Why did you lead me to these cards today and to do this reading? What are the messages? I'm going to pull a lot of advice cards for us just to get through. Ride it in divine flow. Oops. You cannot make this up. Did I just say they kept on saying compassion? Oh my gosh. They kept saying compassion. Be compassionate with yourself and be compassionate with others. And I'm so glad that I just said that, what I was getting. So the divine potential is God wants me to love and be loved, and holds a divine light for me so I can step into it regardless of where I am and regardless of what I have done. And the potential obstacles here are being hard on myself only attracts more hardship to me. And the divine perspective is I give myself what I need, unconditional love and understanding. Wow. And that's the back picture. It looks like hanging hearts. Those, actually, I forgot the name of this. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't even believe I forgot. Anyway, somebody will remember when they, when they see this video. Self-compassion. Be totally self-compassionate with yourself during this Mercury retrograde, definitely. And don't be hard on yourself. Really, look, I mean, unconditional love and understanding, especially through a retrograde period. and just be self-compassionate. I can't believe that came up. And look, relationships, the divine potential. All my relationships reflect the divine love that connects my soul to other souls. Potential obstacles. Avoiding dealing with a dysfunctional relationship can cause unnecessary stress or poor health. Divine perspective is my relationships are all loving, supportive, and respectful. I'm almost saying, like, during this retrograde, be compassionate towards yourself and others. Like I was just saying, the spirit message I got was really, just be compassionate with yourself and others during this time, and try and remain loving, supportive, and respectful to you and others through this wonky time of Mercury retrograde. That's how best you can remain in the divine flow. Do we have one more card? Let's see. But that's so funny. The two cards that literally was what I was getting and what propelled me to do this video is just being underscored with these cards. Just self-compassionate to yourself and others. And, ooh, geez. Oh, so interesting. We have the moon, and this is the energy right now, right? The moon here. Projections. Wow. Divine potential. I create paradise on earth by projecting my peaceful visions and loving ideas. The potential obstacles is I can only see what is within myself. When I deny responsibility for my subjective projections, I become blaming and unattractive to others. There's a typo. Unattractive to others. Divine perspective. I see only things to love in the world, and thus I create a world of love. What this is telling me, actually, during this retrograde, the projections, gosh, I couldn't even find the words all of a sudden, but it's like, don't get frustrated. Remain compassionate to yourself and others, because when you don't, you're going to be projecting your frustrations and your annoyance, like that things aren't working out, that I don't get what I want the way that I want it. I asked for this, why did I not get that? All of that. So you can project your frustrations and your, that kind of thing. It says, I see only things to love in the world, and thus I create a world of love. And you have the potential to create paradise on earth by projecting peaceful visions and loving ideas. Just continue to reinforce your peace and your love, and come from a higher perspective no matter what this moon tries to kick up on you. Because it can be highly frustrating. I can't underscore that enough, because Mercury retrograde, it's like communications go awry, and there's so many mistakes, and you have to work with other people to work it out, and tensions could flare and all of that. So it's being compassionate with yourself and with others. And if you find yourself projecting your frustrations, or projecting just that energy of things going wonky, and you're being receptive of that, come back to a place of peace and love. It's just Mercury retrograde. Let it go. Fix it up as quickly as you can. Move on. Just kind of ride that energy. Let's see if we can get one more, because that's just really interesting, because we're going to be projecting what we're feeling out onto the world. You don't want to add to this Mercury retrograde. That's kind of what I'm getting to try and put into words. It's like, if you feel yourself getting yanked, just pull yourself back to self-compassion. Almost see how this is out here. Pull it back to the core of self-compassion for yourself and your relationships, and don't get lost in the minutia of things not working out. It doesn't matter. So it'll take another week, it'll take 2 weeks, whatever. And in the end, it'll all work out. It's getting that higher perspective, or actually that core perspective of just self-compassion for yourself and others, to put your projections in check. Because you do only want to see love and peace. So just keep putting that out no matter what. Even if things are pushing your buttons, or, things are getting wonky, just come back to yourself. Let's get one more. One more crowning card of staying in the divine flow of this Mercury retrograde, and then I'm going to pull some additional cards for us, additional advice. But what is one more? Is there one more for divine flow? Okay, this one wanted to come out. Highest potential. Everything I imagine is possible. I imagine I am here to enlighten the world with the unique gifts of my soul. Potential obstacles. When I withhold my divine gifts, I show the world that I see myself as unimportant. And the divine perspective is I now live my highest potential. I bring love where there is fear, light where there is darkness, and divinity where there is despair. So always keep in mind your highest potential and the highest potential. And even if we have to go backwards to correct something or go back to whatever, it's taking the grand view and knowing the highest potential of the situation. Everything that you imagine is possible. You're here to bring peace and love and not to withhold. And also to know that you're important and what you're doing now, live to your highest potential. Bring love where there is fear. And that also goes to yourself too. Let's get one more, because this is highest potential coming out. I also think it's like, don't lose yourself in the minutia and always keep in mind your highest potential, no matter what's going on right now. There's extreme higher potential here. And the planets are doing a lot. It's not just Mercury in retrograde. We have a lot of other interesting planet placements. I'm not an astrologer. There's a lot of things that are pushing us to our highest potential, even though it's a retrograde right now. And this could involve having to go back and improve something, having to go back and revisit something, those kind of things that are still bringing us to our highest potential. So it's not necessarily a step back. It could be one step back, but then 4 giant leaps for mankind. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, but that kind of thing, So let's see if we can get one more, or maybe that's it, because that's the highest card you can possibly get, right? Highest potential. So always keep that in mind, and no matter if things are frustrating or having to go back and redo something, or communications and stuff is going a little wonky, the highest potential, it's divine. Even the planets, the way they're moving, everything is divinely meant anyway. So even if you're frustrated in the moment, there is a higher potential to all of it, actually. So don't project those lower vibrations out, like your lower frustrations. It's kind of coming from the level of not having that higher perspective that there's a reason. There's a bigger picture at play. You can't make this up. Compassion for others. Oh my gosh. I kept on saying it's all about compassion. They were underscoring this so much when I was loading up the camera. Compassion for others. Yep. Every person in this world reflects divinity and matters to God. Thus, I can unconditionally love, understand, and support all people in my life. The potential obstacles is when I am selfish, I deny God's infinite love for all humans. The divine perspective is I am compassionate and caring with others. I'm telling you right now, we are to remain so compassionate with ourselves and others. That is the message, because that has came through spirit with me, through me when setting up the cards. Be compassionate, be compassionate. That's what led to this reading in the first place. Now I'm led to this divine flow deck. These are the cards: self-compassion, compassion for others. If you come from that place, you'll ride through this Mercury retrograde much easier. And that's the advice, to be honest. Let's see, should we get some self-care? Let's get some, well, actually, instead of self-care, I just want to see what my spirit guides have to say. I'm going to use my own deck that I created, Pure Love from Spirit, because they were the ones that led me to do this, and this was the message: compassion for yourself, compassion for others. That's the divine message to get through the divine flow of this Mercury retrograde. As simple as that might sound, it really isn't, because when you're stuck in a moment, it's so easy to get on that ride of, this is so frustrating, I can't believe this didn't work out, I can't believe I have to redo this, why do I have to deal with this again, or I thought this was done, or oh, what is the, it's going back, it's reviewing, it's reassessing, it's all that stuff, and you're trying to go forward, and there are a lot of hiccups sometimes with Mercury. But you're not supposed to be discouraged by that. You're supposed to still continue going. Just have more self-compassion for yourself and for others, and that's really the message here. Let's see, what's the Pure Love from Spirit to get through this Mercury retrograde. Pure Love from Spirit. What would you like to tell us? Pure love from Spirit to get us through this Mercury retrograde. Now they're doing work outside my house. Everything that's happening is going to be annoying on some level. I'm just telling you right now. And I can't close the windows because it's too hot. So it's kind of like you can't get comfortable. You just have to be compassionate, self-compassionate, breathe through it. There's going to be annoying things. That's all I can tell you. Aha! We will help remove that situation. So if there's anything that is annoying and is whatever, believe that they'll remove it. You don't have to worry about it, and you might have to do some inspired action to actually get that removed, but you can remove things from your life that are irritating you, clear up situations that are irritating you. They'll help you, or you'll do it, or they'll divinely do it, but they're going to help remove situations that were, and this could be the part about going back and making things right almost in Mercury retrograde. They could be going back to help. They're getting you to move on from certain situations, remove situations. There's a lot of cleansing that happens during moon stuff. What other things? So we're getting rid, helping to remove situations. Oh, did they just stop the, yeah, the work outside my window? If you breathe through it, things that could be irritating or not working out could just be solved, and they'll help you solve the situation. That's what I'm just getting out, just because of what I'm actually living in the moment of doing this reading. Or if not soon, they'll help you remove whatever's not working out. They'll help remove that situation. Let's see if we can get any more pure love from Spirit. Ooh, yeah, we're here. We're always here for you. Just breathe. These cards really give me, they really relax me because we're always here for you, and we send our love. There's a lot of love around, and they're surrounding you. They're always there for you during this time, especially because I know everything is so irritating, and we are protecting you. Yeah, thank you, because there's a lot going on during these periods. I've been getting that a lot also. I know this sounds trivial sayings, but we're really being surrounded by a lot of spirit support lately, and they are really sending their love and protecting us. And sometimes even in this retrograde, Mercury retrograde, it's a sense of protection too, because some things you are forced to redo that actually you're meant to redo or relook at. And help remove certain situations. We've done a lot of cleansing, a lot of healing, a lot of letting go of things within our hearts and healing, and they've helped us. Let's see if we can get, I don't know, let's do some Archangel Michael. This deck was pulling at me. What kind of protection, since they said we're protecting you, what other kind of protection advice we can get, especially from Archangel Michael? It doesn't get better than that. For this retrograde, Mercury retrograde period, what kind of advice we get, additional advice? As we remain compassionate, we're surrounded by love and protection to get through this period, leading us to this brand new energy that's really transforming our lives. We're all going to be feeling shifts majorly. And I think that's why we're so surrounded now with love and support and protection to get us through these changes. Like, you don't realize how much you're changing, but you are, inside and out. And your outer life is going to be reflecting to you these changes. But there's been a lot of letting go and healing of past wounds. There's been a lot of now going back to make corrections on things. There's new energy coming in. You're going to be going forward with new things. And there's a lot going on that you'll be feeling that you almost can't even put words to, because there's just massive energy shifts going on besides this Mercury retrograde. But through this Mercury retrograde, Archangel Michael, what is your advice? Oh, I knew they wanted to say something. Focus upon divine and perfect health. Yeah. Your prayers, God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. Yeah, these energy shifts have really played havoc on us energy-wise, and you may have been feeling that too, like run down, drained, tired. Another card came up the other day about recharging, cleansing yourself, resting, recharging has really been coming up a lot. If you need downtime through these energy shifts, definitely focus on your perfect health, your divine perfect health. If you need more rest, you need to take more, better care of yourself. Definitely do those things that provide your well-being through this entire time, whether that's more sleep, whether that's more rest, whether, whatever that is. But especially while Mercury's in retrograde, that will help you also be more balanced and compassionate with yourself and others, especially when you have gotten the proper amount of sleep, you're eating correctly, you're getting your exercise, you're doing everything to be as optimal energy-wise, taking good care of yourself so things won't be on the scale, the Richter scale of 1 to 10. If something happens and you have poor sleep, you're not eating right, you run down, it feels like an 8. But if you were very zen and good, very rested, it might be like a 2, or not even get on your calendar, your Richter scale at all. Wow, romance angels are helping you. Romance angels. Dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthy life changes, and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. We have divine angels helping with love life and with love. And this could be if you're waiting on somebody, if you're wanting to meet somebody, if you're in a relationship. We're definitely getting help here. Here, relationships came up here too. There could be a return of someone from the past. But more than that, just remember to be compassionate with yourself and with your relationships during this retrograde period. And also know whatever work you're doing inside is going to help you with your relationships going forward. And also, it won't, your projections, once you do a lot of healing and are very compassionate with yourself and others, you have less projections that you project on other people in your life. So all your relationships benefit from that, including your romantic ones. All the work that you've been doing, it could make any existing relationship much better because you're not projecting as much. You're coming from a much more healed place. If you're getting reunited with somebody, you could clear up anything that was going on in the past. It could help you move forward with things coming from a now healed place. If you looking to meet somebody new, all the work you've done has prepared you for that meeting. And this could be romantic, it could be any love relationship. But the tremendous work that you've done, all the relationships that you're coming from, and look, this is focused on divine and perfect health. I almost look at this as like complete inner work, not just physical well-being of your actual body, but even your mental, emotional balance within yourself has been coming up again and again, that we've done tremendous healing. This is going to help you with all your relationships, your soulmates, love partnerships that you are with or going to meet, or from the past that are going to come back. Whatever it is, you're going to have less things to project on them because you're going to be more compassionate with yourself and them. So tremendous healing with that. That's been coming up over and over recently too. So your relationships are going to look very and feel very different because you're coming from a healed place. They're probably getting propelled to heal and be coming from a much better place too, which helps with those unhealthy projections that we tend to do when we come from playing those same old wounds over and over. We kind of project them on our relationships. But you clear that out, and it can get much better. Oh my gosh, we got this again. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Oh my gosh. Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your prayers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. We might be reviewing things that are just genuinely not working for our benefit anymore during this retrograde period. This could be happening because, right, we got this spirit message as well. We will help remove that situation. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Something could be going on that is not genuinely healthy. It could be physically healthy, emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, not healthy. And you're supposed to review those parts of it and cleanse that out and let that go. Because when this new energy comes in, you're not going to want these same old obstacles. So whether it's situations in your life, things you're working on, projects, work, relationships, something going on with you, some kind of situation or condition or something, pay attention. You might want to review it and leave it, especially if you are finding it's not healthy for you in some way, and that could be mentally, physically, emotionally, just to let it go. And you might make that decision so you're moving on cleaner and clearer, which we're all being urged to do. But that's interesting because that's two cards talking about removing situation, removing something. Let's see if we can get another card, because that's interesting. Time to leave this unhealthy situation. Something might be brought to light that you're going to finally get rid of. Oh my gosh, we have another kind of protection card. You and your loved ones are safe. Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. Please help me feel secure and at peace, and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthy, happy life. Definitely know this is now, I'm telling you, these come out for a reason. They're protecting you. You and your loved ones are safe. This has been coming up over and over again. There's a lot of protection going through this period. A lot. And so there might be things that you're looking at in your life that you're like, they no longer serve me. This person no longer serves me. The situation doesn't serve me. I don't want to do that anymore. I got to get this out of my life. I'm cleansing this out once and for all. And you're being encouraged to do that. And this could just be mentally, emotionally, physically, literally something in your life, a relationship in your life, or just something, thought patterns in your head, something emotionally. We're all being urged to have more compassion for ourselves and for others. Clear up those old projections that we do that get in the way. They're almost like obstacles. They're helping us to leave unhealthy situations, regardless if it's affecting your body, physically, mentally, emotionally. They're going to help you do that. You and your loved ones are safe. You're being protected, and you're being healed. And that really is what's happening now. No matter what retrograde is happening, to know that you're safe and protected through this. Let's see if we can get one more, Archangel Michael, and then I want to get Keepers of the Light. This is going to be really long, but I really wanted to stay in the flow with this Mercury retrograde for the next month, how we can work with it and what to keep in mind, no matter what happens, no matter what the planets, what gets riled up. It's just to remain grounded and feel safe and secure and let go freely of what needs to go. If you have to go back and redo something, redo it. That's the divine work that you're being pushed to do. If you have to let go of things, let them go. But through it all, the main messages was definitely be more compassionate with yourself and others. Oh my gosh, that came out majorly. And are you ready for this? Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Yep. Please help me clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine guidance that I have asked and prayed for. Allow me to keep my ego out of the way so your wisdom can come streaming through me for my own benefit and for those around me. This has been coming up over and over again, that our psychic awareness and our divine connection is so heightened right now. And I'm not an astrologer, but I'm telling you, this is genuinely happening right now, that you are going to feel incredibly psychic and intuitive, and this is going to help us guide us through this period, especially Mercury retrograde and everything else that's going on. Trust your inner guidance. It's real, it's trustworthy, you're safe, you're protected. Have compassion for yourself, have compassion with others. This psychic ability, I can't stress enough how that's going to help you right now. Your divine intuition is going to guide you even through the energy waves of what's happening with the Mercury retrograde. It doesn't matter. It penetrates through this divine guidance. It's like your divine headlights to see the way and feel the way forward. So never doubt that. And that's going to be stronger and more amplified no matter what. Let's see if we can get a power of surrender now too. What can we let go of? Because I know we have to be more compassionate with ourselves and others. Don't project. Remain in the divine flow of these retrogrades no matter what. Breathe. Don't project anything. You're protected in the long run. So anything that happens, know you're safe and protected through this. And things could really be healed and shape-shifted now, where you might come back together with someone or meet somebody or form new relationships with people coming from a very healed place. And your intuition, your divine psychic ability has really trumped this whole thing. Meaning it's played a huge part in helping you navigate this. That's what I'm really getting to. Let's see, what can we surrender for this divine flow, Mercury retrograde? What can we surrender that will help us stay in the divine flow of this Mercury retrograde? What can we surrender? Ooh. What can we surrender? Oh, surrender to divine timing. Is that hysterical? With a Mercury retrograde? I knew this deck wanted something to say. Yeah, divine timing. I mean, that's the way we're going to get through it. We're going to have to remain compassionate for ourselves and others. Know that it's divine timing. And when Mercury is in retrograde, things are just going to go a little wonky. They just are. And sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Yeah, this is all about Mercury retrograde in that, like I said, sometimes it's just annoying. You know, things just go wonky and you have to redo it. You don't get what you asked for. There was a mix-up, there's a miscommunication, all of that. But then there are other times when this happens and it gives you a chance to actually redo it and make it better, or look at it in a different way with new eyes and be like, oh my God, I should do it this way. Sometimes there is a real divine timing positive side of it. And regardless of it, we're going to be experiencing it anyway. So there is a thing of surrender to divine timing. And so when things go wonky, you know it's Mercury retrograde. If someone's irritating the crap out of you and they're mixing everything up and messing everything up, or everything's late or changed or whatever, it's divine timing. Surrender to that Mercury retrograde. Breathe. Have a compassion for yourself, as it said. Self-compassion for yourself and compassion for others. And surrender to divine timing is going to really help us through. Also know that you are protected through this. This is like very important. I don't know why, because this came out in various cards about being protected. And also I was led to use specifically Archangel Michael cards, which are very protective cards. So know you're protected through this time. So even if things aren't working out the way you thought they should with your ego, you know, your divine plan, there's divine timing. So that divine timing is happening, and in the end, you're protected through this. So everything will work out the way that it was meant to. And just to, if you wrote your plan on a piece of paper, and you feel like you just have to crumple it up and throw your hands in the air because divine timing is throwing it up in the air, just ride with it. Have compassion for yourself and for others. It's divine timing. You have to surrender to that a little bit, but know you are protected. So what you're working on, it will all come together. And there might be things in the process that you're letting go of in the process. We could be letting go of a lot, and there's just tremendous healing also going on here that has been coming up over and over again that I do want to say. So in your relationships, you might find that when you do come together, you're coming together in a much better healed place, especially if you're coming from this compassionate place where you've worked out all your projections and healed that to a place where you're coming from extreme self-compassion for yourself, which is so hard to do. I mean, that's all about self-love, self-care, right? and then having compassionate with others. So there's more than forgiveness, it's a lot of letting go and truly being compassionate. On that note, let's end it with actually some self-care messages at the very end. Let's see what we can do literally during this Mercury retrograde that would help us take extreme self-care. We're going to have to really remain compassionate with ourselves and others, and what can we do during this time to have self-care, to stay in divine flow of this Mercury retrograde? What can we do? What can we do for ourselves to stay in divine flow with this Mercury retrograde? What can we do? What can we do to stay... Ooh! Oh my gosh, this has come out so many times in different cards. You are safe. You are safe. Protection is always available to you. You have all the resources that you need, both within you and around you. Okay, this has been coming up. You are safe. We are protecting you. This is Archangel Michael deck. Know that whatever's happening in your life, if there's transitions happening right now, if you're feeling propelled to let some things go, you're moving on, your life is taking new shape, you're thinking differently, you're getting clear, you don't know where it's leading, or you're just not quite, know you're safe. Whatever the circumstances are, it's going to be different for everybody, but overall, even, and maybe some things are just getting so wonky, you're like, I don't even know if this makes sense anymore, I don't know if this is working out, whatever it is, or things are happening that are rattling you, know you're being protected. Protection's always available to you. You do have all the resources that you need within you and around you. You're safe. And this was literally the spirit message. We're protecting you. And Archangel Michael cards I rarely use, and that's all about protection. There's extreme love, support, and protection around with these energies, because you'll ride them, you'll sail through them. What's meant is, well, meant. Surrender to divine timing. And look at the self-care. We literally got the self-care card. This is rest, relaxation, especially Mercury retrograde, which I can hardly say. Go zen at times, even if things are not working out literally. It says, even while serving others, we should not neglect our own needs. You can only give to others what you have. Replenish your cup. Attend to yourself. You're going to have to rest, rejuvenate, recharge. That's for sure. And extreme self-care through this. That's part of that self-compassion for yourself. So even though you'd like to go, have it all right, just be really self-compassionate, and remember to just rest and relax a lot more during this time. And go zen as much as you can. Let's see if we can get other self-care messages for Mercury retrograde period. Know you're protected. Practice extreme self-care. Be really compassionate with yourself and others. And I think we're healing a lot of projections, because what's happening is, too, once we go forward, we're not going to be playing those same old stories. We're going on we're going to be writing new energy soon. That's what a lot of this preparation has been, is that we're going to be going forward, and we're energetically going to be very different. We're cleaned out and healed out a lot of the stories and circumstances we would live till ad nauseum. Like two more. We have move quickly. Some opportunities require quick responses. Use your instincts. Don't be afraid to move fast on your hunches. Use discernment. It's okay to question. There's no need to believe something that does not resonate for you. Personal truths can change as perspective shifts and expand. Yeah. There's some things, like they said, that are going to be removed. There's some things that you're going to want to move quickly on. I think it's almost like use it, and it says use your instincts. We got that psychic card. You might get psychic hits, follow your divine guidance and follow where it leads. We got that before. It's like take leaps of faith, following your heart, but it's divine. This is quick, intuitive. This isn't somebody saying hurry up, rush. It's more coming from divine, like your divine psychic You'll know instinctually what move to make, and then you won't hesitate. You'll make them and use discernment. It's doing things that are aligned with your heart, and your perspective is going to change as you're healing and changing and reassessing your projects. That's also part of Mercury retrograde, using discernment. You might be going back, questioning, re-questioning things, reassessing things, reviewing things, making changes to things, and moving quickly on what you discern that you want to make different, what you want to go forward with after this time. So you could be using your discernment and figuring things out during this Mercury retrograde, and then moving quickly on that. That could be an action to take with things that are you want to complete, you want to make better, that kind of thing. And when looking at it during this retrograde period, you could be more discerning and knowing exactly what to do all of a sudden. Like, oh, that didn't work that way, let me do it this way. Or, oh, why don't I just try it this way, or do this. So this could be very well. And are you ready for this? Own your power. Changing the world is easier after one has learned to change oneself. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. That's also about healing those projections, right? When we were saying there's a lot of letting go going on, it's a lot owning your own power, coming from a more healed place, because that's what you want to see reflected back to you in your world. This has been coming up in many cards and many readings lately, as we're healing ourselves and coming from self-worth, self-acceptance, self-love, and stepping forward from that, following our hearts. That's truly owning our power, and that's valuable, because then your world starts reflecting that back to you. That's the door of value opening. But know your power, own your power. Changing the world is, you're becoming the change you want to see in the world, because once you change yourself and step out and do things from that place, your whole world starts shifting. And that was the abundance that came up in that weekly too. It's like once you start doing things aligned with your heart, with your power, everything that starts to you give birth to in your life is reflecting that. It's actually reflecting how you're harnessing your power or not. And this is all about harnessing your power in the right way. So part of this Mercury retrograde could be going back on how you can make things better. How does this really reflect you right now? Is this what you want to continue? Is this what you want to go forward with? And going back to truly owning your power, and redoing things, or reclaiming your power in certain aspects too. But through it all, and I'm going to end it here because I could just go on and on and on forever. But actually, you know what? I do want to pull. I almost forgot these. I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light. This is becoming so long. Keepers of the Light. They want to say something. Advice for divine flow as we go through this Mercury retrograde. We are staying compassionate. We're coming back to our power in it all, and even the power that we have to remain in the divine flow and have this Mercury retrograde work for us still. And that's what I really feel just came out too. It's owning your power, riding all the energy as well, still making it work for you. Oh, wow, look at that. And then we got this, Isis, magic manifesting. Yep. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. This is owning your power and magic manifesting. Do not let Mercury retrograde fool you, because you still have the magic to manifest what you truly want. This could work in your benefit, where you're going back, reclaiming your power, owning your power, fixing things, making things better, reassessing how to go forward, how to manifest what you truly want. This could be a lot of reviewing, redoing, recharging, because when this new energy comes in, you are going to be magically manifesting with this new energy that is coming in. So to sum it all up, remain so compassionate for yourself and others. You're so protected through this. You don't want old projections coming out. You want to own your power. You are going to need some breaks, some downtime, surrender to divine timing, be patient. If things are going wonky, not working out, no, it could actually work for your benefit in the long run if you are able to see something clearer or reassess and make it better in some way this time around. Also, it could just be annoying, and then you're just going to have to be zen about it and practice really good self-care and remember that self-compassion for yourself and others. But don't mistake, this is a very powerful time regardless. There's so many planets in action right now. Own your power through it all. Retrograde or not, own your power. Remain in the divine flow of the retrograde. Keep owning your power. Know when you have to yield and surrender to divine timing, but know that everything is still magically manifesting. And even this period is magically manifesting what you want, because your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And look at this. It's so divine what's psychic. You're very psychic as well through this. But own your power. Magic is manifesting. Don't be fooled. And just remain really compassionate for yourself and others. Extreme self-care. And own your power, no matter what the planets are doing and what the timing of things are. Own your power through it all. Ride the waves. Know how to ride the waves. Take those breaks when you need. Be compassionate. Magic is manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. So continue to stay focused through it all, because you're the one that's changing your world through it all. Even through this period, you are changing what's going to be reflected back to you in your world, especially when the new energy hits. So I think a lot of this is prep. It's a lot of preparation, energy-wise, clearing out a lot in your head emotionally, and getting refueled, recharged, and ready to go, and know you are magically manifesting right now. So this was the long staying in the divine flow of the Mercury retrograde reading. I hope you have a great month, and remember, own your power and take good care of yourself. Take care. Bye-bye.